Hello, this is Caradwin, Rabbit 133 of the Netherland Dwarf division, and this is the video for my first Trials of Habit. Now, the first question in the first video of the Trials of Habit was, what do you represent as a person, or who do you represent? And when I asked what that meant, he said about what you feel like you were put on the earth to do, and basically what I feel like I was put on the earth to do is to write and to create. I'm a very creative person, and I've been writing ever since I learned how to write when I was in about grade 3 because I have a fairly severe learning disability. But ever since then I've been writing creatively, and I feel like creating worlds for other people through my writing is my purpose, so maybe that's what I represent as a person, is creativity in my writing. Other things that are important to me as a person are other people's books. I read a lot. I'm studying English literature right now because I love to read and learn new things, and I'm curious, and I know that the saying is curiosity killed the cat, but the full saying is curiosity killed the cat, satisfaction brought it back, and that's been basically my life experience, is sticking my nose where it shouldn't go and then getting myself hurt and not caring because I learned something new. The second question is, why did I join the tournament? Why did I join the tournament? I joined the tournament for the same reason that curiosity killed the cat. I wanted to know what it was about. I wanted to know what was going on. I've been watching the Everyman Hybrid crew for a while, and I wanted to know what was happening. I mean, the other hope was that it would get me out of my shell a little bit, and I'd be able to talk to the other rabbits and make some connections, maybe, talk to some new people, figure out how to use Skype. Because I don't really have any friends that I use Skype to talk to, so it'd be fun to have some people to talk to and, something to do when I don't have anything else to do. So that's basically why I joined the tournament. What do I want to prove? What do I want to prove to Habit? I don't really want to prove anything at all to Habit. I don't expect to be very interesting to him. He's a very busy person, and I'm sure he's got much better people to pay attention to than me. I know that he watches the videos so that he knows the trials, but the trials as a whole are what's interesting to him. I don't think the individual people, so I'm not looking to prove anything at all to Habit because I'm not expecting to get his attention. I think I'm trying to prove to kind of everyone in general that I can do this, because I've had some limitations put on me in my life, and I'd like to break through them and do some things that are difficult and hopefully challenging and that other people will fail at. And I might fail at too, let's be honest, but hopefully I can prove that I can do it to whoever decides they care. What do I personally want to gain from this? Well, I want to satisfy my curiosity primarily, but there's a reason for my curiosity that goes back to my first point about what I represent as a person for my writing, because the more experiences I have, the more inspiration I have to write from, the more I know, the more I've lived through, the more convincingly I can write scenarios like this. If there's ever a scenario like this in one of my stories, I'll know what I'm doing to write it. And that's part of the reason why I'm so curious, is because if I find it out, then I know for later when it might come up in one of my stories, because you never know what will come up in a story. You never know. I never know what I'll be asked to write, because I take requests sometimes online and people ask me to write sometimes about Habit. And the more I know, the more easily I can do that. Not necessarily about Habit, but about characters that are a bit like him. I'll meet a whole bunch of other people through this, talk to them on Skype, and then if I have characters like them in one of my stories, I'll have a example, a representation of what that sort of character might look like. And it's always easier to write something if you have a real-world example of that thing from your own life. And so that's basically what I'm hoping to gain from the trials, is a broader pool of experience to draw from when I write. I think that is a fairly good video that brings in all of the questions. I hope it is what Habit wanted it to be. I'm showing my face, which was preferable. So hello, this is my face. And I've talked about myself, and so I'll sign off. I am Rabbit 133 of the Netherland Dwarf Division, and habit made me do this.